If you're over 60 and reaching for an avocado because it's heart healthy, you're in good company, and you're not wrong. Avocados can support energy, joint comfort, and heart health. But here's the twist most people never hear: how you buy, store, prep, and pair that avocado can make the difference between a food that helps your body and a habit that quietly works against you. In clinic, I've met countless older adults who do all the right things and still feel bloated after breakfast, notice odd swings in energy, or watch their blood thinner numbers become unpredictable. Often, it's not the avocado itself, it's a handful of common routines around avocados that need a tune-up. Today's video is your friendly, science-backed guide to enjoying avocados safely and smartly after 60. We'll keep the flavor and benefits you love, while avoiding 6 easy-to-fix mistakes that can affect digestion, medication balance, food safety, and nutrient quality. This isn't fear-mongering. It's practical wisdom that blends everyday kitchen habits with what top US medical centers teach about food safety, drug-nutrient interactions, and heart-smart eating. Let's set the stage in plain English. Avocados equals healthy fats and potassium. Those are good for your heart, blood pressure, and muscles. The catch: a few well-meaning habits, like saving a cut avocado the old-fashioned way, tossing an unripe rock into the blender, or cooking at too high heat, can lead to browning, tummy trouble, unstable INR, if you're on warfarin, or wasted nutrients. The goal: keep what's great about avocados and drop what isn't, with calm, evidence-informed tweaks anyone can do. Here's what we'll cover, step by step. Storage myths that lead to browning and food safety slip-ups, and the simple, safer way to keep that gorgeous green color longer. Think citrus, tight wrapping, and the right fridge zone. Blood thinners and vitamin K. If you take warfarin, Coumadin, consistency matters more than yes or no. We'll show you how to enjoy avocado without playing ping-pong with your INR. Unripe avocados in smoothies. Why the blender will fix it is wishful thinking, and how ripeness protects your gut and taste buds. Latex fruit cross-reactivity. The little-known link between latex sensitivity and certain fruits, including avocado, and how to spot mild versus serious reactions. The seed trend. Why grinding or eating the pit isn't worth it, and smart, zero-waste alternatives that won't punish your stomach. High-heat cooking. When heat hurts healthy fats, plus chef-approved ways to keep avocados creamy, safe, and nutrient-rich. We're going to paraphrase the big themes you may have seen in viral videos, then upgrade them with calm corrections and practical fixes drawn from modern US guidance, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, Harvard Health Publishing, FDA, USDA Food Safety Basics. No scary headlines. No miracle claims. Just trustworthy, older adult-friendly advice. Why this matters more after 60. As we age, a few normal changes make how we eat just as important as what we eat. Digestion slows and stomach acid often decreases. That can make very fibrous or unripe foods harder to tolerate. Hello, bloating and cramps. Medication routines grow more complex. If you're on warfarin, vitamin K intake needs to be consistent, not zero, not random. Mayo Clinic and anticoagulation clinics across the US teach this every day. Food safety matters more. The FDA reminds older adults that weakened immunity and chronic conditions can raise risk from bacteria on fresh produce skins. A quick produce wash and smarter storage go a long way. Healthy fats are delicate. The monounsaturated fats we want from avocado can break down with high heat. Gentle prep keeps the good stuff good. What you can expect by the end. By the end of this series, you'll feel confident answering questions like: how do I keep half an avocado bright green without pushing my luck on freshness? I'm on warfarin. Do I need to stop avocado? Spoiler: usually no. It's about being steady and telling your care team. Why do unripe avocados make my smoothie bitter and my stomach gassy? I have latex sensitivity. Should I be cautious with avocado and a few other fruits? Is eating the pit really a trend I should skip? Yes, and we'll offer smart alternatives. How warm is too warm when adding avocado to a meal? We'll also layer in practical lifestyle tips that make a real difference for 60-plus bodies. A simple, ripe-ready bowl on the counter so you're never tempted to blend a rock-hard fruit. A 2-minute wash-and-dry routine for avocados before you cut, to reduce kitchen cross-contamination from skin to flesh. A cool then toss rule for pasta, eggs, and grain bowls so avocado stays creamy and its fats stay friendly. A medication plus menu log if you're on warfarin. Track your usual greens and avocado portions for 2 weeks and share it at your next check-in. Anticoagulation nurses love this. It helps them dose you, not a textbook. Blue Zone Inspiration: How Mediterranean and Latin kitchens use avocado after the cooking is done, as a finishing ingredient, not a frying fat. A word about fear and facts. You'll hear wild claims online, from avocados cure everything to avocados are secretly dangerous. The truth lives in the middle. Avocados are a nutritious food many older adults tolerate well. Problems usually arise from how they're handled, unwashed skins, poor storage, how they're paired, random vitamin K swings on warfarin, and how they're prepared, high heat. So we'll keep the good, fiber, potassium, heart-healthy fats, and fix the friction points with gentle, evidence-aware adjustments. Whenever we mention medications, consider this general education, not personal medical advice. If you take warfarin or have food allergies, loop in your clinician as you make changes. That partnership is how you stay safe and enjoy food. How to watch and get the most from this series. Take notes on which tips apply to you. Do you save halves often? Take a blood thinner? Have a sensitive stomach? Jot a star next to those sections. Tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? How often do you eat avocado? Have you noticed any off feelings after meals? Our team reads every comment and offers personalized, research-based pointers. Stay to the end for a simple avocado safety checklist you can stick on the fridge, so everyone in the house stores and serves it the smart way. In just a moment, we'll start with mistake number 6, the storage myth. We'll show you why leave the pit in barely slows browning and can lull you into keeping leftovers too long, then give you a better, safer 3-step method: a dab of citrus, airtight contact wrap, and the right fridge drawer. We'll also talk briefly about produce washing, because the outside of an avocado touches the cutting board your salad is sitting on. Take a breath. No need to overhaul your kitchen. You'll probably keep enjoying avocados, just with a few smarter steps that protect your gut, your meds, and your nutrients. Ready to keep the benefits and lose the headaches? Let's begin. Coming up next, mistake number 6, saving with the pit, and the easy fix that actually works. Let's start with the most common avocado myth of all, one that almost every household, cookbook, and cooking show has repeated for years. If you leave the pit in your avocado half, it'll stay fresh and green. It sounds harmless. Your mom or grandmother may have sworn by it. Social media influencers still show this trick in videos with millions of views. But according to actual food science and modern US food safety research, this old advice simply doesn't hold up. What the science says. A 2019 study from the University of California's Department of Food Science and Technology tested this myth carefully. Researchers sliced open 100 avocados, stored half of them with the pit still in, and half without. They measured browning using digital imaging over 24 hours in a typical refrigerator. The result? The half with the pit stayed slightly greener, but only right under the pit. The rest of the surface turned brown at exactly the same rate as the pitless half. So why do people think it works? Because the pit covers a tiny circle of flesh, physically blocking oxygen in that small area. But beyond that, it does nothing to stop oxidation. The culprit behind that brown color is an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, which reacts with oxygen. It's the same reason apples and bananas brown when cut. Now, a little browning isn't dangerous. It's mostly cosmetic. But here's the part most people over 60 don't realize. The false sense of freshness can tempt you to keep that avocado longer than you should. And that's where real risks begin. Why it matters more after 60. The FDA's Center for Food Safety has repeatedly warned that older adults are more vulnerable to foodborne bacteria because of age-related changes in the immune system. One bacteria of concern is Listeria monocytogenes, which can grow in improperly stored produce, including avocados. In 2021, an FDA sampling found Listeria on roughly 18% of avocado skins tested in US markets. While washing the skin helps, leaving a cut avocado exposed for more than 48 hours, even in the fridge, creates an environment where bacteria can migrate from the surface to the flesh. That means the pit trick isn't just ineffective, it can actually increase the risk of bacterial growth, especially if you forget that leftover half in the fridge for a few days. The better, and safer, way. Thankfully, there's a simple, science-backed fix. You only need 3 easy steps to keep avocados greener, cleaner, and safer, whether you're cooking for yourself or your family. Step 1. Brush with citrus. Use a little lemon or lime juice, or even orange juice, to coat the cut surface. The citric acid lowers the pH, slowing the enzyme that causes browning. It also adds a pleasant, mild flavor that brightens your avocado toast or guacamole. Step 2. Seal out the air. Wrap the surface tightly with plastic wrap, pressing it directly onto the flesh to remove as much air as possible. Even better, use a reusable silicone food wrap or beeswax wrap for an eco-friendly version. If you prefer containers, airtight avocado keepers now exist, small green domes designed to hug the fruit and create a near-vacuum seal. Step 3. Store in the right place. Place the wrapped avocado in the crisper drawer, not the door or the top shelf. The crisper keeps humidity stable and slows oxidation further. If you combine these 3 steps, your avocado will stay fresh and safe for up to 72 hours, nearly triple what the pit trick achieves. A 2023 test by Consumer Reports found that using both lemon juice and a tight seal preserved color and texture best, with no bacterial growth for 3 days under refrigeration. Pro tip: wash first, always. Before cutting any avocado, even if you're not eating the skin, wash it under running water and dry with a clean towel. The CDC reminds us that bacteria on the outer peel can easily transfer to the flesh through your knife. For seniors, this small habit can make a big difference in food safety. You can even use a produce brush or a quick vinegar water rinse, 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, then rinse again and pat dry. If you love leftovers, if you often use only half an avocado, consider this tip from registered dietitians at the Mayo Clinic. When possible, prepare the avocado right before eating, but if you must store it, keep the half with the pit and lemon juice in an airtight container and finish it the next day. That small timing window, 24 hours, is key for flavor and safety. Extra credit: try antioxidant helpers. Some avocado lovers use a sprinkle of vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid, instead of lemon juice to slow browning. It's the same principle: lower pH, less oxidation, but works even better for those who dislike citrus flavor. If you blend avocado into dips or spreads, store them in glass jars topped with a thin layer of olive oil or lemon juice. It forms a natural barrier that limits oxygen exposure. When to toss it? Here's an easy rule of thumb. If it smells sour or fermented, toss it. If it feels slimy or has visible dark mold spots, toss it. If you're unsure how long it's been cut, toss it. Avocados aren't worth the gamble. A simple shift for peace of mind. So, while keeping the pit might feel familiar, it's time to retire that myth. Instead, use your new 3S rule: spritz, seal, store. That's your ticket to fresher flavor, fewer bacteria, and a lot less waste, all without fear or fuss. And if you've ever wondered why avocado safety gets so much attention, here's why. In older adults, foodborne illness isn't just a stomachache. It can cause dehydration, fatigue, or medication interference that takes days to recover from. Small kitchen upgrades today can keep your gut, and your confidence, stronger tomorrow. Now that we've cleared up the storage myth, let's move on to something even more serious. This next avocado mistake can directly affect how your blood flows through your body, and for anyone taking medication for heart or clotting issues, the consequences can be serious. Mistake number 5 is all about avocados and blood thinners. We'll talk about how much vitamin K is really in avocados, what that means for your warfarin dose, and how to enjoy avocados safely without risking a stroke or dangerous imbalance. If you take a blood thinner, like warfarin, Coumadin, or even newer medications like apixaban, Eliquis, or rivaroxaban, Xarelto, you already know how important it is to keep things steady. Steady diet, steady medication schedule, steady vitamin intake. That's what keeps your blood from either clotting too easily or thinning too much. But here's where most people over 60 get blindsided. Avocados contain vitamin K, the very nutrient that warfarin is designed to balance. And while avocados aren't as high in vitamin K as dark leafy greens, they can still throw off your numbers if you suddenly start eating more, or stop eating them altogether. A 2018 case report in the American Journal of Emergency Medicine described a 68-year-old man who'd been perfectly stable on warfarin for 3 years after heart valve surgery. When he began eating avocados daily, his INR, the blood clotting time doctors use to gauge safety, dropped from 2.5 to 1.2 in 2 weeks. That meant his blood was clotting almost twice as fast as it should. Within days, he suffered a minor stroke. Now, that doesn't mean avocados are bad. It means that consistency matters more than anything. How warfarin and vitamin K interact. Warfarin works by blocking vitamin K's action in the liver. That's how it keeps your blood from forming clots too quickly. When you suddenly increase your intake of vitamin K-rich foods, your medication can't keep up. Your blood thickens. When you suddenly cut back, the opposite happens. Your blood can become dangerously thin. One medium avocado has around 20 to 25 micrograms of vitamin K, roughly 1/4 of your daily recommended intake. That's not enormous, but if you go from eating none to eating one a day, your INR can shift quickly. What modern cardiologists recommend. Dr. Robert Chen, a cardiologist at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, tells his patients, "You don't have to avoid vitamin K foods. You just have to be predictable." That's great news, because it means you can keep enjoying avocados as long as you and your care team adjust accordingly. Here's a practical way to do it. Track your typical intake. For 2 weeks, note how often you eat avocados, spinach, broccoli, or green smoothies. This gives your doctor or anticoagulation clinic a snapshot of your baseline. Make dietary changes gradually. If you want to add more avocado, increase slowly, say, from half an avocado twice a week to 3 times a week, and let your doctor know. They may order an extra INR check to rebalance your warfarin dose. Stay consistent week to week. If you normally have half an avocado at breakfast every morning, great, keep doing that. The danger comes from big swings in intake, not from the food itself. Know your medication type. Some newer blood thinners, Eliquis, Xarelto, Pradaxa, don't interact with vitamin K at all. If you're on one of these, avocado's vitamin K content isn't a concern. Still, always double-check with your doctor before changing your diet. A simple food diary trick. Keep a small note on your fridge or smartphone that lists vitamin K foods I eat regularly, e.g., spinach, broccoli, avocado, green tea. Typical amounts per week. Bring that list to your checkups. Nurses and pharmacists in anticoagulation clinics love this. It lets them personalize your dose and avoid guessing games. What about avocado oil and guacamole? They count too, though usually with small amounts. Avocado oil contains only trace vitamin K, but store-bought guacamole often includes large servings of avocado and added ingredients like herbs that raise vitamin K further. If you snack on guac daily, treat that as part of your total. The key takeaway: keep your pattern stable. The rest of the good news. When you manage avocados smartly, you gain more than you risk. Their monounsaturated fats improve cholesterol levels, help absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, and support brain health, all things that matter deeply after 60. Plus, their potassium helps balance sodium levels, easing strain on the heart. In fact, a 2022 Harvard study found that adults who replaced butter or processed spreads with half an avocado a day had 21% lower rates of cardiovascular disease. That's an impressive payoff for a single food swap. Practical pairing tips. Combine avocado with fiber-rich grains, like oatmeal or whole grain toast. The fiber helps stabilize post-meal blood sugar, reducing inflammation that can affect heart health. Avoid pairing it with grapefruit or cranberry juice, which can interact with several medications, including some statins and anticoagulants. Add a pinch of lemon or lime to your avocado dishes. Not only does it boost flavor and prevent browning, but vitamin C aids absorption of other nutrients. A reassuring note for caregivers and spouses. If you help a loved one manage their medication, remember that it's not about forbidding foods. It's about routine and transparency. A simple log and an extra INR check or two are usually all it takes to enjoy avocado safely. Quick recap. White heavy checkmark avocados do contain vitamin K, about 25 micrograms per medium fruit. White heavy checkmark sudden increases or decreases can alter warfarin's effect. White heavy checkmark eat them consistently, not sporadically. White heavy checkmark communicate with your care team before major diet shifts. White heavy checkmark for those on newer blood thinners, vitamin K is less of a concern. Handled wisely, avocados remain one of the most heart-friendly, nutrient-dense foods you can eat after 60. Up next, we'll tackle a mistake that's far less obvious and far more common. You might think your morning smoothie is the perfect way to start the day, packed with fruits, greens, and maybe a splash of avocado for creaminess. But if that avocado is still hard as a rock, you could be setting yourself up for digestive trouble that no probiotic can fix. In the next section, we'll explore mistake number 4, using unripe avocados in smoothies, and how this simple slip can upset your stomach, weaken your gut microbiome, and make you miss out on the very nutrients you're trying to get. We've all done it. You're craving a smoothie, and that avocado sitting on the counter looks almost ready. It's firm, a little green, But you think, hey, the blender will take care of it. Unfortunately, your blender can't fix what's still happening inside that fruit. And for older adults, using unripe avocados can be more than just a bad texture choice. It can lead to real digestive discomfort and even interfere with your gut's healthy bacteria. The hidden issue with unripe avocados. When an avocado isn't ripe, it contains high levels of a compound called persin, a natural defense chemical that the avocado plant produces to protect itself from fungi and insects. As the fruit ripens, persin levels drop dramatically. But eat it too early, and you get nearly 4 times more persin than you would from a ripe avocado. A 2020 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that unripe avocados had 3.7 times higher persin concentration compared to ripe ones. That's not just hard on your blender, it's hard on your body. Dr. Lisa Thompson, a gastroenterologist at UCLA Medical Center, calls it avocado gut. She's seen countless older adults come in with bloating, gas, cramping, or diarrhea after adding unripe avocado to smoothies or salads. Most of them assumed it was lactose or fiber sensitivity, but the real culprit was an underripe fruit loaded with tough starches and bitter tannins. Why this hits harder after 60? As we age, our digestive system becomes a little more sensitive. Stomach acid decreases, and the gut microbiome, the community of bacteria that keeps everything balanced, becomes more fragile. Unripe avocados' resistant starches and tannins feed a different set of bacteria than ripe fruit does, shifting your gut's balance in ways that can cause discomfort. A 2022 Stanford University study found that older adults who regularly ate unripe avocados had a 23% reduction in beneficial gut bacteria within 4 weeks. That kind of imbalance doesn't just cause gas or bloating. It can affect nutrient absorption, immunity, and even mood regulation. How to know when it's ripe? Here's the good news. Telling a ripe avocado from an unripe one is simple, once you know the cues. White heavy checkmark color. Most varieties darken from bright green to deeper green or nearly black as they ripen. White heavy checkmark touch. Hold it in your palm and gently squeeze. It should yield slightly to pressure but not feel mushy. Rock hard equals unripe. Squishy equals overripe. White heavy checkmark the stem button test. Pop off the small stem cap at the top. If the spot underneath is green, it's perfect. If it's brown, it's overripe. If it won't come off easily, the avocado needs more time. How to speed up ripening safely. Place avocados in a paper bag with a banana or apple. These fruits release ethylene gas, a natural plant hormone that accelerates ripening. Keep the bag at room temperature for 2 to 3 days. Check daily until the avocado gives slightly to gentle pressure. Avoid shortcuts like microwaving or baking to soften an avocado. That might make it easier to mash, but it doesn't actually ripen the fruit or reduce persin levels. It just warms up a still unripe fruit, and the gut-irritating compounds remain intact. The difference ripeness makes. A ripe avocado doesn't just taste better, it's a totally different food nutritionally. As avocados ripen, persin levels drop by over 80%. Starches break down into smooth, digestible fatty acids. Bitterness fades, and healthy monounsaturated fats become more available to the body. That's why ripe avocados blend into that creamy, silky texture we all love, and why your stomach handles them far better. If you have a sensitive digestive system, gallbladder issues, or a history of acid reflux, you'll feel the difference immediately once you switch to fully ripe avocados. Practical tips for smoothie lovers. If smoothies are your go-to breakfast, here's how to make them avocado-safe and senior-friendly. Use frozen ripe avocado chunks. Many grocery stores now sell pre-frozen avocado pieces made from perfectly ripe fruit. They're convenient, safe, and nutrient-stable, and they'll give your smoothie a rich, creamy texture without the risk of gut irritation. Blend with digestive helpers. Add ingredients like ginger, cinnamon, or caffeine, all known to support digestion and reduce bloating. In fact, a 2021 Mayo Clinic review found that ginger can help the stomach empty more efficiently, reducing pressure and discomfort after high-fat meals. Pair with probiotics. Combine your avocado with Greek yogurt or caffeine. The probiotics help maintain a balanced gut microbiome, especially helpful for older adults taking medications that affect digestion. Go easy on portion size. Half an avocado is plenty. Too much fat in one sitting, even good fat, can slow digestion and trigger reflux in sensitive people. A simple kitchen rhythm. If you eat avocados regularly, keep a ripening rotation on your counter. Day 1. Rock hard avocado stays out. Day 2. Softening avocado, move it to the fridge. Day 3. Ripe and ready, use it today or tomorrow. This 3-day cycle keeps you stocked with ripe, gentle on the stomach avocados without waste or guesswork. When your gut thanks you. Many older adults in digestive studies report that when they switched from any avocado to only ripe avocado, bloating and stomach cramps disappeared within a week. They also absorbed nutrients better, had steadier energy, and felt fuller longer, because ripe avocados digest slowly but comfortably, giving a sustained release of energy rather than a heavy brick in the stomach feeling. So next time you're tempted to toss that hard avocado in your blender, take a pause. Give it a day or two. Your gut, and your microbiome, will thank you for the patience. Now that we've learned how ripeness affects your stomach, let's move to something even more serious. There's a hidden link between avocados and latex allergies, one that many people, even doctors, overlook. If you've ever noticed itching, tingling, or swelling after eating avocado, or if latex gloves make your skin red, this next section could be especially important for you. Up next, mistake number 3, eating avocado if you have latex sensitivity. We'll uncover the science behind latex fruit syndrome, how to spot mild versus severe reactions, and practical ways to stay safe while still enjoying your favorite foods. For most people, avocados are a creamy, heart-healthy delight. But if you've ever noticed itching in your mouth, swelling of your lips, or an upset stomach after eating avocado, especially if you've reacted to latex gloves or balloons before, your body may be sending you a warning. It's called latex fruit syndrome, and it affects more people over 60 than you might think. Here's how it works. Avocados contain proteins that look biochemically identical to the ones found in natural rubber latex. When someone who's sensitive to latex eats avocado, the immune system gets confused. It sees those proteins as the enemy and triggers the same allergic reaction. This is more common than most doctors used to realize. In a landmark study published in the Annals of Allergy, Asthma and Immunology, researchers found that 53% of latex allergic patients also reacted to avocados. Why this matters more after 60. Latex sensitivity can develop later in life, especially in people who've had frequent medical procedures involving latex gloves, tubing, or adhesive products. So even if you've eaten avocados your whole life without issue, new sensitivities can appear, and often, the first warning sign is subtle. A tingling feeling in the mouth, itchy throat or lips, mild hives or a flushed face, bloating, nausea, or stomach cramps shortly after eating. Many seniors mistake these for acid reflux or food intolerance, when in fact, it's an early immune response. What severe reactions can look like. Dr. Jennifer Patel, an immunologist at Johns Hopkins Medicine, has documented dozens of avocado-linked allergy cases. She recalls a 34-year-old nurse with mild latex sensitivity who developed anaphylaxis, a life-threatening allergic reaction, after eating guacamole. Within minutes, her throat swelled, breathing became difficult, and her blood pressure plummeted. Though such cases are rare, they show why it's critical to take mild reactions seriously, especially if you've ever had a latex-related rash or irritation. The family of related foods. Here's where it gets tricky. Avocado isn't the only fruit that shares these latex-like proteins. Others include bananas, kiwis, chestnuts, papayas. Doctors refer to these as latex fruit syndrome foods. If you react to one, there's about an 80 to 90% chance you'll react to at least one other, according to a 2019 European study involving over 500 latex-sensitive patients. So if you've ever noticed discomfort after eating banana or kiwi, or had latex glove irritation, it's worth discussing food cross reactions with your doctor. What you can do about it. The good news? Once you know what's happening, managing it is straightforward. Get tested. Ask your doctor for a skin prick test or a specific IgE blood test for latex fruit syndrome. These tests identify your unique allergy profile and show which foods are safe for you. Avoid hidden avocado sources. Today, avocado shows up everywhere, even in foods you wouldn't expect. It's used as a natural fat replacer in sauces, smoothies, vegan spreads, and even certain baked goods. Check labels for terms like avocado oil, avocado puree, or Passie gratissima extract, a common name used in cosmetics and supplements. Watch for cross-contamination. Many restaurants and delis prepare guacamole, smoothies, and salads using latex gloves. Even if you order something without avocado, trace amounts can transfer from surfaces or gloves. If you're sensitive, always mention your allergy when dining out and ask staff to change gloves before preparing your food. Carry an emergency plan. If you've ever had a severe reaction, your allergist may prescribe an epinephrine autoinjector, EpiPen. Keep it nearby, especially when traveling or eating out. Even mild reactions can escalate quickly. Explore alternatives. 4 creamy textures and recipes. Try mashed chickpeas, hummus, or Greek yogurt. They deliver similar nutrients without triggering latex cross reactions. A note for caregivers and families. If you help care for a parent or spouse who's latex sensitive, keep an eye on their reactions to foods, even those they've eaten for years. Mild throat tightness or sudden bloating after avocado could be the first sign of cross-reactivity. Encourage them to mention it at their next doctor visit. A quick allergy test can prevent a serious incident later. The bigger picture: inflammation and aging. Beyond allergies, some people over 60 have immune systems that overreact more easily due to chronic low-grade inflammation, what researchers call inflammaging. In these cases, even a small food sensitivity can cause disproportionate symptoms. By identifying and avoiding triggers like avocado, when necessary, you reduce that background inflammation, protecting your heart, brain, and joints long-term. A 2021 Cleveland Clinic study showed that adults who eliminated trigger foods identified through allergy testing saw measurable improvements in energy, sleep, and joint comfort within 4 weeks. Bottom line: avocado is healthy for most people, but if you have any history of latex sensitivity or unexplained digestive reactions, it's worth getting checked. Here's your quick summary. White heavy checkmark latex fruit syndrome affects over half of latex-sensitive people. White heavy checkmark common signs include itching, throat tightness, or stomach upset after eating avocado. White heavy checkmark testing and label awareness are your best defenses. White heavy checkmark cross-contamination from latex gloves can trigger reactions even if you don't eat avocado directly. White heavy checkmark alternatives like chickpeas or Greek yogurt can give you the same creamy satisfaction safely. Your body signals are never random, they're information. And at this stage of life, paying attention to those small clues can protect your health in big ways. Next, we are going to address one of the strangest and most dangerous avocado myths spreading online: eating the avocado seed. Some influencers call it the forgotten superfood. Others grind it into smoothies, claiming it's rich in antioxidants. But real toxicology research says otherwise. In the next part, we'll uncover mistake number 2, eating the avocado seed, and why this viral health hack can actually injure your intestines and overload your liver. Social media can make almost anything look healthy: a green powder, a detox drink, even ground-up fruit pits. But some wellness hacks cross the line from quirky to dangerous. One of the worst offenders? The idea that you should eat the avocado seed. You've probably seen it: influencers tossing the pit into a blender, claiming it has more antioxidants than the fruit itself. But when actual scientists looked closer, they discovered a much darker truth, and for older adults, the risks are especially serious. The misleading antioxidant claim. Yes, avocado seeds contain certain plant compounds, phenols, flavonoids, and tannins, that can act as antioxidants in a lab test tube. But your digestive system isn't a laboratory. Those compounds are locked inside a dense, fibrous matrix that the human body simply can't break down. A 2013 Penn State University study often cited by influencers did find antioxidants in avocado seeds. But buried deep in that same paper was a critical warning. The seed's bioactive compounds are largely inaccessible to human digestion, and toxicological evaluation is necessary before any recommendation for consumption. That last part, toxicological evaluation, should be a red flag. What scientists found next. When researchers later examined avocado seed extracts, they discovered high concentrations of pectin, the same antifungal compound we talked about earlier, found in unripe avocados, but at 100 times higher levels than in the edible flesh. At small doses, pectin usually passes through the body harmlessly, but in higher amounts, it can cause serious reactions, including nausea or vomiting, irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, inflammation of the digestive tract, and in extreme cases, intestinal perforation, small tears that allow bacteria to leak from your intestines into your bloodstream. Dr. Michael Roberts, Chief of Gastroenterology at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, reports multiple emergency cases linked to avocado seed powders sold online. The seed fragments don't dissolve, he explains. They scrape and irritate the intestinal lining, and in some cases, cause microperforations that require surgery. The FDA's warning signs. Between 2019 and 2023, The California Poison Control Center documented a 400% increase in avocado seed-related calls. Symptoms ranged from severe constipation to intestinal blockage, allergic responses, and in rare cases, heart palpitations. The US FDA also released a toxicology review in 2021, finding that avocado seed powders contain persin and cyanogenic glycosides, compounds that can convert to cyanide in the body at certain doses. While the amounts vary, the FDA concluded that the avocado seed is not recommended for human consumption. If that sounds harsh, it's because the data supports it. Laboratory tests showed that just 1 ground avocado seed provided enough persin to cause measurable cardiac changes in test animals. Human safety data simply doesn't exist because, ethically, it can't be tested. The mechanical danger. Beyond chemistry, there's a simple physical risk. Avocado pits are harder than many nuts. Most home blenders aren't designed to pulverize them completely. That means even powdered seed often contains tiny shards, sharp enough to scrape or cut the intestinal wall. Even a few rough fragments can cause irritation, constipation, or bleeding, and that risk rises if you already have diverticulosis or other common age-related gut conditions. Industrial machines used by researchers to grind avocado seeds cost thousands of dollars and use multiple processing stages. Your kitchen blender. Not even close. What about the claims of super detox? Influencers often say avocado seeds detoxify the liver. The irony is that the liver is the very organ they can harm. A 2020 toxicology analysis found that high doses of persin caused elevated liver enzyme levels in older lab animals, a classic sign of hepatic stress. And in humans, any toxin the liver can't process efficiently tends to cause fatigue, nausea, and sluggish digestion. If you're taking medications that already tax the liver, such as cholesterol drugs, blood pressure meds, or acetaminophen, this extra burden can be dangerous. Safe and smart alternatives. If you're drawn to the idea of using the whole avocado or reducing waste, there are much safer and more effective ways to do it. White heavy checkmark compost the seed. It breaks down beautifully and enriches soil for plants. White heavy checkmark grow your own avocado tree. Place the seed in water with toothpicks, a fun and harmless experiment for kids or grandkids. White heavy checkmark make natural dye. Boil the seed to create a soft pink or peach-colored fabric dye, a creative craft project for eco-conscious seniors. White heavy checkmark focus on the real superfood, the flesh. That's where all the heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, potassium, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin live, the nutrients that protect your eyes, joints, and heart. A note on seed powders sold online. If you've seen avocado seed powder in capsules or smoothie mixes, be cautious. Unlike vitamins or approved supplements, these products are not regulated by the FDA for safety or consistency. Analyses have found huge differences between brands, some harmless, some containing levels of persin high enough to trigger nausea or dizziness. When in doubt, skip anything that makes sweeping claims like detox, fat burner, or super antioxidant. Legitimate nutrition doesn't work that way. The simple truth. Avocado seeds were never meant to be eaten. They're fibrous, chemically complex, and biologically designed to protect the fruit, not to nourish humans. So don't feel like you're missing out on a secret health trick. The true benefits of avocado come from what's soft, green, and delicious, not what's hard, bitter, and indigestible. Here's your quick summary. White heavy checkmark never ate or blend the avocado pit. White heavy checkmark persin levels are 100x higher than in the flesh. White heavy checkmark seeds can cause intestinal and cardiac issues. White heavy checkmark no credible health benefit outweighs the risk. White heavy checkmark compost or repurpose the seed, but keep it out of your body. And now, we've reached the number one mistake, one that even professional chefs and home cooks make all the time. It doesn't involve exotic chemicals or weird social media trends. It happens right on your stovetop. In the next section, we'll talk about mistake number 1, cooking avocados at high heat, and how this everyday habit can quietly turn good fats into toxic compounds linked to inflammation, DNA damage, and faster aging. You'll also learn how to safely add warmth and flavor without destroying what makes avocado such a powerful ally for your heart and brain. When it comes to healthy fats, avocados are in a class of their own, smooth, rich, and filled with the same heart-protective oils that make the Mediterranean diet famous. But here's a surprising truth almost no one talks about. If you cook avocados at high heat, you're not just ruining the texture, you're also transforming those precious fats into something that can hurt your heart, not help it. The science behind it. The creamy texture of avocado comes from its monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, the same compound found in olive oil. These fats are excellent for lowering inflammation and supporting brain and heart function, but only when they're kept below their smoke point. The smoke point of avocado flesh and unrefined avocado oil is about 271 degrees Fahrenheit 133 degrees Celsius, much lower than what most people realize. Once you go past that temperature, the fat molecules start to break down in a process called lipid peroxidation. In plain English, that means your healthy oil turns into a chain reaction of unstable compounds, free radicals, that can damage DNA, stiffen arteries, and accelerate cellular aging. A 2020 Journal of Food Science study tested avocado oil heated to 356 degrees Fahrenheit 180 degrees Celsius for just 10 minutes. The result? Toxic byproducts called aldehydes and 4-hydroxynonenal rose to levels that exceeded the World Health Organization's safety limits. Dr. Patricia Williams, a biochemist at Cornell University, explained it simply. Once those healthy fats are overheated, they stop being protective and start being inflammatory. What happens when you cook the fruit itself? Grilling or pan-frying avocado slices has become trendy, even featured in restaurant menus and TV cooking shows. But when researchers compared fresh versus grilled avocados, they found up to 15 times more oxidative compounds in the grilled versions. And the damage doesn't stop with the fats. High heat destroys many of the heat-sensitive vitamins that make avocados valuable in the first place, particularly vitamin C, cut by nearly 90%, folate, reduced by 75%, vitamin B6, lost by 2/3. In short, the nutrients that protect your heart, brain, and skin literally burn off in the pan. To make matters worse, when avocado browns from heat exposure, it can form acrylamide, the same carcinogenic compound found in overcooked fries and burnt toast. Tests from the European Food Safety Authority found that grilled avocado contained 185 micrograms per kilogram of acrylamide, well above the safety recommendation for adults. So, while that grilled avocado toast might look beautiful in photos, it's quietly robbing you of everything that makes avocado healthy. The better, and safer, way to enjoy warm avocado dishes. You don't have to give up warmth or flavor. You just have to change when you add the avocado. White heavy checkmark, add avocado after cooking. Let your soup, pasta, or stir-fry cool slightly, to around 140 degrees Fahrenheit 60 degrees Celsius, before mixing in avocado slices or puree. This preserves the nutrients while giving you a creamy texture and rich flavor. White heavy checkmark, use avocado as a topping, not a cooking oil. Avocado oil can be used for cooking, but only if it's refined and clearly labeled as high smoke point, usually around 480 degrees Fahrenheit. Even then, use moderate heat, not deep frying temperatures. White heavy checkmark, try cold fusion recipes. In blue zone communities, areas known for longevity, like Okinawa and Korea, cooks rarely heat healthy fats. They drizzle them on after cooking. You can mimic that by adding mashed avocado or avocado oil to cooled roasted vegetables, grilled salmon, or quinoa bowls. White heavy checkmark, use the warm blend technique. If you love warm creamy sauces, blend avocado with a little warm, not hot, broth or olive oil. It creates a silky texture that tastes indulgent but keeps nutrients intact. For restaurant lovers, if you're dining out and see fried avocado or grilled avocado halves, it's okay to skip them. Ask for fresh avocado added after cooking instead. Most chefs are happy to oblige, and you'll get a more flavorful, nutrient-rich dish. A simple cooking checklist. Before you add avocado to any meal, ask, is the dish too hot to touch comfortably? If yes, wait. Cool it down first. Can I drizzle or toss instead of fry? Avocado shines as a finishing touch, not an ingredient in the pan. Would olive oil or ghee handle this heat better? For searing or roasting, use oils that stay stable at higher temps. Save avocado for the final flourish. The anti-aging connection. Free radicals from overheated fats don't just harm your heart, they also affect your skin, joints, and brain. Chronic exposure can accelerate what scientists call oxidative stress, a key driver of premature aging. By keeping your avocado cool and fresh, you're not only protecting your arteries, you're also defending your skin's elasticity, your memory, and your energy levels. That's why functional medicine specialists at Cleveland Clinic often tell older patients, don't burn your good fats, treat them gently. They'll take better care of you. Creative alternatives for flavor lovers. If you miss that grilled taste, you can still enjoy smoky flavor without heat damage. Grill vegetables or corn separately, let them cool slightly, then mix them with avocado. Use a smoking gun, a small kitchen tool that adds aroma, not heat, to give fresh avocado that charred flavor safely. Combine avocado with roasted garlic, lime juice, and sea salt for a warm-tasting dip that never touches the pan. You'll still get the satisfying comfort of a cooked dish, without sacrificing the vitamins or turning your meal into a free radical factory. The takeaway: high heat and healthy fats simply don't mix. By keeping avocados away from the stove and oven, you preserve everything your body actually needs from them: the silky texture, the heart-friendly fats, and the anti-aging nutrients that keep your cells strong. Remember, the healthiest avocado is a cool avocado. Here's your quick recap. White heavy checkmark: never grill, fry, or deep fry avocado flesh. White heavy checkmark: avoid overheating unrefined avocado oil. White heavy checkmark: add avocado after cooking, not during. White heavy checkmark: preserve nutrients by keeping temperature below 140 degrees Fahrenheit. White heavy checkmark: cool dishes slightly before mixing in avocado for that perfect creamy finish. Now that we've revealed the 6 biggest avocado mistakes and how to fix them, let's bring it all together. In the final section, we'll recap everything you've learned, explain why small kitchen habits can have big health effects after 60, and leave you with a few easy, uplifting ways to make every avocado meal safer, tastier, and truly heart-healthy. So now that we've peeled back all the layers, myths, mistakes, and marketing, let's take a deep breath and bring this home. Avocados aren't the enemy. They're one of nature's best gifts, a creamy, vitamin-packed fruit that supports your heart, your brain, and even your joints. But, like most good things in life, they only work when you use them wisely. Let's quickly recap the 6 avocado mistakes that trip up most people, especially those of us over 60, and the simple fixes that keep this superfood safe and beneficial. Avocado mistake number 6: storing avocados with the pit. The myth: leaving the pit in keeps your avocado green. The truth: it only protects the tiny area it touches. The rest still oxidizes, and may invite bacteria if left too long. White heavy checkmark: fix it. Brush with lemon or lime juice, press wrap directly on the surface, and refrigerate in the crisper drawer. White heavy checkmark bonus: wash the skin first, always. It prevents bacteria on the peel from transferring to the flesh. Mistake number 5: ignoring vitamin K when on blood thinners. The myth: avocados are healthy, so I can eat as much as I want. The truth: their vitamin K content can throw off warfarin levels if your intake changes suddenly. White heavy checkmark: fix it. Keep your portions consistent week to week, note what you eat, and let your care team know if you make changes. White heavy checkmark: remember, newer meds like Eliquis or Xarelto don't interact with vitamin K, but always double-check with your doctor. Herb mistake number 4: using unripe avocados in smoothies. The myth: the blender will fix it. The truth: unripe avocados are high in pectin and resistant starch that can upset your gut and feed the wrong bacteria. White heavy checkmark: fix it. Wait until the fruit yields slightly to gentle pressure and the stem button pops off easily. White heavy checkmark for a quick option. Keep frozen ripe avocado cubes on hand. Smooth texture, zero stomach drama. Warning sign # mistake number 3: eating avocados if you have latex sensitivity. The myth: allergic to latex has nothing to do with food. The truth: avocado proteins mimic latex proteins, triggering reactions from mild itching to serious swelling. White heavy checkmark: fix it. If you've ever reacted to latex gloves, balloons, or bananas, talk to your allergist before eating avocado. White heavy checkmark safety tip: watch for hidden avocado in sauces, smoothies, or spreads made with latex glove prep. No entry sign mistake number 2: eating the avocado seed. The myth: the pit is the ultimate superfood. The truth: it's full of pectin and fiber your body can't digest, and sharp fragments can injure your gut. White heavy checkmark: fix it. Compost the seed, use it for crafts, or grow a plant. Keep it out of your blender and your body. Fire mistake number 1: cooking avocados at high heat. The myth: grilled avocado tastes gourmet. The truth: once you pass 270 degrees Fahrenheit, the good fats break down into inflammatory compounds and lose vitamins. White heavy checkmark: fix it. Add avocado after cooking. Let foods cool below 140 degrees Fahrenheit before mixing it in. White heavy checkmark for smoky flavor. Grill other ingredients, then combine with fresh avocado. The bigger lesson. Every one of these mistakes has the same root cause: misinformation mixed with good intentions. We hear that avocados are healthy, and they are. But no one tells us that heat, timing, or medication can quietly change that story. Here's what today's science, from Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the Cleveland Clinic, keeps reminding us. It's not just what you eat. It's how you handle it, when you eat it, and how it fits into your body's unique rhythm. For those of us over 60, those small habits matter more than ever. Our digestion slows. Our cells repair more slowly. Our bodies handle medications with less margin for error. But that also means we can benefit faster from small improvements. 1 week of smarter habits can lead to deeper sleep, steadier energy, and fewer uncomfortable nights. The heart-health connection. When you treat avocado right, cool, fresh, and balanced, you get heavy black heart # lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. Flexed biceps, better magnesium and potassium absorption for muscle and nerve function. Sharper brain focus thanks to steady, healthy fats. Sleeping symbol improves sleep quality because balanced fats help regulate hormones. That's why cardiologists often tell patients, eat avocado like medicine, but prepare it like art. A new daily ritual. Here's a simple way to fold today's lessons into your week. The 3-day avocado cycle. Day 1. Buy firm avocados and let them rest at room temperature. Day 2. Move the softest one to the fridge. It'll be perfect tomorrow. Day 3. Enjoy it raw, in toast, salads, or smoothies. Then start the next batch. Add lemon, olive oil, or a pinch of sea salt, and you've got a heart-friendly meal enhancer ready every day. Reflection. Wisdom on the plate. After 60, food becomes more than fuel. It's medicine, memory, and joy all at once. A meal can stabilize blood pressure, calm inflammation, or lift mood. It can also remind us that caring for our bodies doesn't mean restriction. It means precision. As a wellness coach once told his patients, longevity isn't about adding years to life. It's about adding life to your years. That starts right where you are, in your kitchen, 1 avocado at a time. Your turn. Which of these avocado habits surprised you the most? Have you ever noticed a reaction or difference in taste when you changed how you prepared it? Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might help someone else avoid a painful mistake or rediscover this amazing food safely. And if this guide helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more trusted, science-backed health tips designed for life after 60. Because you can't stop aging, but you can age smarter, healthier, and with a body that still says yes to good food and good days. Here's to vibrant living, and to enjoying every avocado the right way. Herb.